This is a series that I'm actually following up on. Yay.
하지만 방탄소년단이 진격한다면 어떨까?
Reacting to K-pop Reddit, episode 2, video 2. These aren't episodes. These are whatever. Everything's made up. We're going to go ahead and get started. If you want to watch the first video, then go ahead and do that. If you guys want to end up sending me any Reddit takes that you see that you think are crazy, or Reddit takes that you see that you want me to react to, you can absolutely DM them to me on Instagram. Leave your comments below. Let's be civil in the comments. I am not the K-pop YouTube channel or the YouTube channel in general that has a bunch of bitches fighting in the comment. We don't do that here, okay? So if you're new, hi. But if you're that like K-pop delusional fan that likes to fight and be like, this group sucks, my group is better, we don't do that here. We are civilized, well, a lot of us aren't adults, but we are civilized humans for the most part, okay? All right, cool. Let's start. Speaking of, which I feel like I just talked about, lack of nuance in the K-pop community. I seriously cannot stand the lack of nuance and gray areas in the K-pop fandom. It's always, if you don't agree with me on this, then you're attacking me. This makes me think of one of my favorite tweet. Well, my favorite tweet. Can I say it? 2 minutes in. My favorite tweet is this. Basically, somebody tweeted like, if you say on the internet, if you tweet you like waffles, then somebody will be like, oh, so you hate pancakes? Like, no, bitch, that's a whole different sentence. Especially with K-pop and the K-pop community, because there has never been a space, I don't think, for discourse in the first place, which I think I was in a K-pop stan back during first or second gen. And I just came in third gen, but I wasn't like a stan yet. I just had a couple songs and I would keep it pushing. I'm sure, and I've also heard this from those generation of K-pop stans, that the discourse has gotten much, much worse now because the internet is way bigger, and it wasn't, the internet before isn't how it was now. Wow. Hot take. A lot of fandoms, honestly, and me being in like 8 different sports fandoms with F1 and baseball and basketball and soccer and Marvel and Star Wars and a lot of this shit, like, it's very interesting that while fandoms are places that people go to seek out other people that are like them and to talk about whatever that we're interested in, fandoms really aren't a space to have healthy discourse, especially when it comes to K-pop. That was never something that I feel like was a seed that was planted, that was watered. These K-pop companies know about fan wars. Like fan wars are a integral part of K-pop. Fandoms hating on each other is like an integral part of K-pop. What's not an integral part of K-pop and the K-pop community is nuance and conversation, which is one of the reasons why I make videos talking about certain points and make videos the way that I do. Because, yeah, it's really fucking annoying that you cannot say anything. You can't say anything, and it's because K-pop fandoms are really cultish. Was on a live once on TikTok, and I was watching NCT Dream, and I said I didn't like their outfits, and somebody was like, oh, so you hate NCT Dream? How bad of a place are we in where you can't openly express that you don't like someone's outfit? Mind you, they didn't pick the outfit. These are picked by stylists. On top of that, they didn't like make the clothes. Like, and they stopped wearing the outfit when the performance was over and they took pictures. Like, thinking that just because someone doesn't like an outfit that a K-pop idol is wearing, that they don't like the groups themselves, is genuinely a mental, like, a train of thought that is like actually so delusionally insane to me. A lot of the time I say that I feel like certain behaviors happen because the K-pop fandom average age overall in general is so young. And I feel like when you're younger, you don't have as much nuance, and you don't see things from more than one side, especially when it comes to fandoms and K-pop idols and parasocial relationships and stuff. I'm not saying all teenagers, and I'm not saying all adults, right? I'm just saying that is a pattern that I've seen. And also, as someone who was a teenager during the One Direction era, this is coming from experience, okay? This is like a big sister being like, I've been what you've been through before, okay? Like, I'm not attacking you. This comes from a place of love. It's definitely not just age. Like, I don't think that is like the main factor. I think that there's something else there, and parasocialism, like, it's absolutely definitely parasocialism. But yeah, I'm tired of that shit too. It's really fucking annoying. Like, you know, I also see too, being in these like going on Reddit and like, or just, sorry, not even on Reddit, in general, the fact that people have to be like, I like ateez. Before I say my opinion, I just want to say I like ateez. Like, we have to jump through hoops to prove how much of a fan we are before we say something that's not 100% positive, before we critique a band. Like, why do I have to sit here and say that? Like, the fact that I can't just sit here and be like, I don't think Stray Kids should have released Rockstar. I can't just say that without people being like, oh, so you don't like Stray Kids? Oh, so you're Stray Kids hater, Stray Kids anti, Stray Kids anti, you're attacking Stray Kids, you don't like blah, 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 you don't like Felix, you don't like Bangchan. Why do I have to be like, oh, well, actually, Stray Kids is my number one group. They got me into K-pop. They're the reason why I'm a K-pop fan. And I really like Bangchan's production, and they were my top artists since 2021, and I saw them twice in concert, and I'm gonna go see them next year and have a bunch of, like, why do you have to first prove that you're a fan? You can be a fan and critique something. Like, that is what being a fan is. To just be like, okay, I like everything, and I'm not gonna say anything bad about them. It's giving cult. We're not in a cult, diva. We're in a fandom. Speaking of Stray Kids. Well, not Stray Kids. Stays. Ciao. I'm gonna be real with you. So I went to go see Stray Kids. Go check out my vlog. I thought I was gonna get jumped. Like, I did not fully feel relaxed when I was there. That was the best time I've ever had at a concert, actually, from like waking up to going to sleep. Like, amazing. But in terms of the fandom, I was a little bit scared that I was going to get jumped, because I have been vocal. I'm not the person. I don't kiss ass. I don't know how else to say it. I don't kiss Bangchan's ass. I don't kiss Felix's ass. I don't kiss Stray Kids' ass. I have other opinions on Stray Kids besides they're hot. I have other opinions on Changbin besides, ooh, muscles, ooh, sexy. Like, I have other nuanced, formulated opinions, and some of them are not 100% sucking Stray Kids' dick, to put it quite frankly. Like, there are some songs I like. There are some songs I don't like. There's some decisions that they've done that I don't agree with. There's some moments of cultural appropriation that I will call them out on, because before I am anything, I am black, diva. So yeah, I was a little scared. Because, you know, I joke around sometimes, like I do with literally every fucking group that I'm a fan of. But Stays, because the average age, one of the reasons why, because the average age is so fucking young, nuance is not really there, right? And the parasocial relationship is so fucking strong. So we just take everything as an attack. And if it's not 100% positive, then you're a fucking hater. And you should go D-word. So that's fun. All that to say, the title of this is Stays Need to Chill, like, seriously. And I read it, but like, bro, I read it. Oh, bars. Wait, that's a bar. I literally did a 7-minute TikTok video just ranting about Stays and the state of Stays. That could be a whole thing. Not the state of K-pop, the state of Stays and the Stay fandom. By the way, Stays are the Stray Kids fandom, which I feel like you know that. Are there any people that don't know anything about K-pop that sit through my videos? Actually, my friend does. Hi, you know who you are, huh? And it was inspired by another Stay who I actually met at the concert, who was in the vlog I did. Shout out Alyssa, period. And she did a video just talking about how the Stay fandom is just not a fun, welcoming community anymore. And she was talking about her experience, and a bunch of people in the comments were talking about their experiences and stuff. And like, we've devolved into a place where at one of the stops for the Stray Kids tour, someone got dead named and someone was being transphobic. And I was like, oh, so now we're transphobic. But it's so funny that so many Stays will ship Han and Lino and literally write like smut fan fiction about them and fantasize them like doing sexual stuff together, which is crazy. But then they'll simultaneously be homophobic. And it's just so interesting too, because like to all the stays that are so parasocial, specifically to Bangchan, you would think this parasocialness would mean that you would want to do everything that Bangchan says and XYZ. And I just find it so funny because day one for New York, I wasn't there, but my friend was. D was there. We know D at this point. And D was talking about how Bangchan was basically saying that he appreciates the fact that, you know, so many people are coming from all different places around the world, all walks of life, looking all different and stuff. And they listen to Stray Kids, and he really appreciated that. And then stays are sitting here secretly recording other stays at the concert, shaming them of their outfits. The amount of hating and racism and shit, the amount of stays that are like racist to black people, like it's really, really, really crazy. And I think a lot of y'all were relying on Chan's room and relying on him to tell you to get your shit together. I mean, he said it in a nice way, but relying on him telling you to get your shit together, which like that's not his job. And someone shouldn't have to tell you to like not be mean and not be a bully and not be transphobic or homophobic or racist. Somebody shouldn't have to tell you to be a good person for you to be a good person. So that wasn't really his job. And now that Chan's room stopped, like somebody said, they feel like after Chan's room, or a lot of people said they feel like after Chan's room stopped, the Stay fandom got like a little insane because no one was keeping them in check. So I don't know. I just think that stays, we need to have like a town hall meeting. I mean, for all fandoms, but Stray Kids is my number one, and this is about stays. We need to have a town hall meeting because it has gotten completely out of hand, and this is like actually like, it's crazy. Don't jump me. Don't jump me. The masculinization of girl group dances. So this is a hot topic in K-pop, and I feel like this only, because the dance challenges are such a big thing, this only can really be talked about in K-pop, where like, and it's so loaded for something that surface level is so like straightforward and simple. Like if you tweet masculinization of girl group dances, you're gonna get a bunch of responses. Like Yeonjun from TXT, the amount of shit he gets when he does these girl group, it's so interesting because there are people, I feel like collectively everyone at a certain point was like, oh my god, we want to see, there are certain idols that a lot of people want to see do girl group dances because they don't masculinize it. Basically the masculinization of girl group dances, if you don't know, is not doing the choreography in the original way. Choreography, there are very few groups that actually get like genderless choreography, which I don't think any group does, which like X-Love, people are saying, I think even X-Love themselves said it was genderless, but I like this new one and only choreography to me is not genderless. It's very, 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 very feminine. Like very, 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 very feminine. Like, can you have choreography that's genderless? You know? Anyway, besides the point, but basically like maybe instead of like going like this or shaking your hips, you're thrusting instead. You're doing things that are moves that are usually given to boy groups. And a lot of people really feel strongly about that. Going back to Yeonjun from TXT, I feel like there was a point, like I said, because there are certain K-pop idols that people want to see doing these girl group dances, like Changbin, for example, because Changbin is not afraid to move his hips. Yeonjun at a certain point was that idol. And I don't know what happened, like the fandom collectively now, like whenever he does a dance challenge, people shit on him. And he literally spoke out about it. He won an award for dancing. And I'm obviously paraphrasing because I don't remember what he said exactly. But it was basically like, I know y'all have a lot to say about my dancing. I'm going to keep on dancing how I want to dance. So, you know, do I like the masculinization of girl group dances? I really don't. I don't, because honestly, it usually doesn't really look good. It looks awkward because that was not the choreography that was intended. I understand why some K-pop idols do it, but I like the point of us exchanging and doing these dances is, yes, to put our own spin on it, but is to do the choreography itself. Like, that's the whole point. You know what I mean? But I don't feel strongly about it. It's okay to not feel strongly about certain things that kind of like don't matter that much. Like the fact that y'all are like tweaking out over this, and like y'all gotta calm down sometimes. Like some of these K-pop stands like just give a shit about things that really don't matter, and then don't give a shit about things that are like incredibly important. So the lack of creativity in the comment section under every music video is such a thorn in my side. Now, this is also something that's like super specific that I relate to so much. This is so fucking annoying. Like, it is so fucking annoying, and it's not that big of a deal. Well, I think whatever. Like, some people might not see it as a big deal, but when you're like a K-pop fan and like you listen to multiple groups, you're watching music videos a lot. And just in general, even when it's not new, you're watching music videos a lot. And when you see it all the time, like the top comment being like, who else is going to support XYZ until they die? Who else is going to support XYZ no matter what? Like, first of all, you shouldn't support someone no matter what. That is fucking scary. That's how we get famous people doing whatever the fuck they want, very egregious bad stuff, because you have people like you being like, I'm gonna support them. Like, it's just so annoying. Like, once again, like, discourse, there's not only not nuance, but there's just no discourse in general. The only discourse is, and the only thing you can say is, oh my god, they're so hot, oh my god, they're so hot, the vocals are amazing. Like, can we actually talk about the music video? Like, I would love to see top comments. I would love to see comments that are like in the top that are like actually picking apart the music video and being like, oh, I like this part, or I think this part of the music video represents this part of their lore, or like, I don't know, people who are actually trained singers talking about, oh, when Diva hit that A5 note, I was like, wow, because that's really, really hard, and this is why she's trained classically. Shit like that. Actual discourse. What is a K-pop group you never thought you'd be into? This answer is going to shock you, but the answer is BTS. I talked about it when I did the video discussing Butter, Dynamite, Permission to Dance, which I love that video so much. Absolutely watch that. I think because I thought that BTS made a certain type of music that I didn't like. And it was because of, like, I had heard Fire and Dope whenever those came out, 2015, 2016. But I actually started listening to them literally in 2021, which timing is great, but oh my god, they're all back now. Isn't that crazy? And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to their discography since they're going in the military and I'm gonna have so much time. Fast forward 3 years later, still haven't finished their discography fully, ha ha ha. But then I was like, oh, we're a rap group. Oh, actually, they make music that I like exclusively. Styling choices you don't like equals mistreatment, which I feel like I'm gonna make a whole video because there's a more overarching thing that this is. But K-pop stans will tend to say that a company is mistreating an idol or a group if the group or an idol does something that the fan doesn't like. I don't really follow Somi. I saw a thing on Reddit and it was someone being like, I don't know, not liking her comeback, not liking her songs, and being like the company's mistreating her. And then, is it not clocking to you? Like, they got clocked. They absolutely got clocked. A song that the fan didn't like, being like, oh, the company gave this to her and it was ass. Mind you, she was like, oh, I chose this song. I liked the song. And then there was something about the comeback and they were trying to blame it on the company, but then I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Somi herself, whatever, I don't know her name, sorry, her herself, that because she was taking too long to figure out what song she wanted, that's why the comeback happened the way it did. Like, just in general, a lot of y'all need to understand that just because it's something that you don't like doesn't mean that the company did it. Because once again, y'all love to paint these K-pop idols as people, not even people, because y'all don't treat them like humans, no tea, but entities that can do no wrong. And to you, no wrong is things that you agree with, and to you, wrong is things that you don't agree with, which goes back to what Bangchan was saying. He was basically like, stop shitting on the company. When I make a decision, it's my fucking decision. Like, and just because you don't like it doesn't mean that it wasn't my decision, or doesn't mean that it was a company decision. And then when it's actual cases of mistreatment, y'all don't bat a fucking eye. And then on top of that, the actual cases of mistreating, you are now invalidating. So just because an idol does something you don't agree with doesn't mean it's mistreatment. It's just something that you don't agree with, and you don't want to accept the fact that this idol might be doing something that is different from what you want them to do because they're their own fucking person. Which groups do you want to hear more from or wish we heard more when they were still active? Now, this answer might not gonna make sense because I don't even know if they're still active anymore. One of the members just came out with a solo song, but 2 p.m. Really dove into their discography and I'm actively listening to them from late last year or early this year. Shout out to, you know who told me this. Shout out to you. I don't know if they're active. They haven't put out a comeback in years. A lot of my friends who like know more about them and listen to them say that that's not happening anymore. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.